So I'm trying out a new format when it comes down to the 2020 election predictions. So would you guys rather me fill in the map based off the same from 2000 map and just leave it there and then go on to the swing states, or just fill in the states as, all 50 states are blank, including the district, of course, and then just start filling it in from there. So this is how I'm going to do this election prediction between Secretary Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And the only reason why I do Hillary Clinton is mainly because she is a candidate that obviously would lose at this point in time. She is that base to see if Democratic candidates would outperform someone who's going for a rematch or underperform her. And when it comes down to it, a lot of people have been commenting, don't do someone who isn't running. She's not running. I know, I get it. She's not running, but she's just here to serve as a baseline for the Democratic Party or just Democratic candidates to see if they would outperform what Hillary Clinton would do going for a rematch or underperform her. So she's just there to show the Democratic Party that, yes, there are Democratic candidates who could do worse than her or do better than her. And she's just that only candidate that's actually gone against Donald Trump in a general election, obviously, and lost. So she's just here. So just completely, if you don't want to watch the video, then you don't have to, or you can just skip to the end, because that's what I do. I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't, because not everyone wants to watch 10 minutes of me explaining something that they could just skip to the end and then go in the comments and then say if they agree with it or not. But still, if you're going to go in the comments and say that you do necessarily disagree with my prediction, make sure you actually go back and try to see if you can find the state that you disagree with, so you can actually hear the reasoning for it, so it's not just saying something that I probably already covered in the video itself. But we start off with 179 electoral votes for Donald Trump, 195 for Hillary Clinton. She'd likely lose the state of Indiana for obvious reasons. North Carolina will probably go back to Donald Trump. Ohio and Iowa, Hillary Clinton probably wouldn't gain these voters, considering they didn't even vote for her in the first time. The second district didn't vote for her, but it did get a little bit closer. I don't think Hillary Clinton would expand on voters. I think she would lose a number of voters, but also I'm going to put Minnesota in the toss-up column, even though it was the same since the year 2000. Actually, same since after the year of 1972. So keep that in mind. 185 electoral votes for Hillary Clinton, 230 for Donald Trump. I do see Clinton carrying the state of New Mexico by a narrow margin at this point in time. Colorado could also likely land in her column because she did win that state by 5% and New Mexico by 9%. The same reasoning goes for the state of Virginia to narrowly land in the Clinton column, putting her at 212 electoral votes. But Donald Trump is currently still leading in the electoral vote margin. Well, we go over to a state that he won in 2016, the state of Florida. I narrowly see going into his column yet again in 2020. The state of Florida, regardless of the candidate, probably isn't going to go more than 5% for either political party, even if there is a bad candidate, because again, this is one of those swing states that probably doesn't go by landslide margins against, unless it's a landslide nationwide. And the reason why, Colorado and Virginia are blue, these are still Democratic states. I still see Hillary Clinton narrowly holding on to that base there because, again, Donald Trump hasn't done anything to expand his voters in these two states, and Virginia especially has shown more Democratic tendencies than other states that Hillary Clinton won, such as states like Nevada or states like Minnesota. But right now, these two states, I'm comfortable enough to land in the Clinton column. But New Hampshire, I see narrowly going to the president, and of course, that second district goes to Donald Trump for another 4-year term for him. So he's at 264 electoral votes. Clinton's at 212. Well, now he's exactly at 270 electoral votes, with the state of Nevada flipping into his column. The state of Nevada only narrowly went for Clinton back in 2016, so it's pretty easy to see how Donald Trump could win here if Clinton is losing her voters. He's winning in the state of New Hampshire, and to say, just looking at New Hampshire being red, that tells you the number of other states are probably going to go red. So Trump is at 270 electoral votes. Well, when we go over to it, he'll likely carry the same states that he won back in 2016, putting him at 316 electoral votes nationwide. Well, the only state I have yet to characterize is the state of Minnesota, which has 10 electoral votes, and typically this state doesn't get close. But this will be the first time it has flipped to the Republican column since 1972. This is the first time Donald Trump can flip the most Democratic state based on previous voting history since 1972 in most of my predictions. Typically, I am not comfortable enough to flip Minnesota into the Republican column, but if Hillary Clinton does choose to run again, I am not comfortable enough to say that she is going to carry a number of these states. Before, maybe. When Trump was in January, December, January, when his approval was absolutely at its worst, at 34%. The Democratic Party was at 13%, 15% in the generic ballot poll. Maybe the election could get closer, but at this point in time, Donald Trump defeats Hillary Clinton with 326 electoral votes to Hillary Clinton's 212. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I will see you all tomorrow.